Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Tech Talk channel. We're your guides to the always changing world of tech, breaking down all the latest advancements and the tools shaping our digital world. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Talia.
And we are so excited to be diving into a topic that's just making waves everywhere you look these days.
Yeah, you could say the buzz around this one is definitely justified. We're talking about generative AI.
Yes.
But we're going to go beyond the hype today.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's explore what it actually means, for you, how it works, and where it might be heading.
Okay, so let's start with something I think we're all wondering. Yeah. What is generative AI? I feel like I'm hearing it everywhere, but I'm not sure I really get it.
Yeah.
It's not just about AI mimicking what we do anymore, right?
You are right on the money there. It is a pretty big leap from the AI we were used to even a few years ago.
Okay.
Think about it this way. Before, it was mostly about analyzing things that already existed.
Okay.
Like an AI could recognize a picture of a cat or understand your voice commands, right? But now generative AI is all about creation.
Okay.
It can make things that didn't exist before, which is a whole new ballgame.
So instead of just recognizing a cat photo,
yeah,
it could make a brand new cat picture.
Totally.
From scratch.
Yes.
That's where things like DALL-E come in,
exactly. Right? DALL-E is a perfect example.
Oh, cool.
You can feed it a text description like a fluffy cat wearing sunglasses on a surfboard.
Wow.
And it can actually create a completely original image.
What?
Based on that.
No way.
No human artists needed.
That's definitely next level stuff.
Yeah.
But how does it actually work?
Right.
Is it really as magical as it sounds?
It might feel like magic, but it all comes down to some pretty amazing science.
Okay.
Generative AI relies on these things called neural networks.
Uh-huh.
They're basically complex mathematical models that are inspired by the structure of our own brains.
So it's like teaching a computer to think like an artist.
Yeah.
But instead of brushes and paint, it's using algorithms and data.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
Just like an artist starts with simple shapes and lines, a neural network begins by learning basic patterns from huge amounts of data.
Oh.
And as it's fed more and more data, the network gets better at creating, just like an artist refines their skills through practice.
That makes sense.
What's fascinating is how these networks use transformers and attention mechanisms to learn.
Those sound pretty technical. What do these things even mean?
You're the secret sauce that allows AI to focus on the right information, kind of like how our brains filter out distractions.
Okay.
Think about how you choose the perfect word to finish a sentence.
Right.
You're paying attention to the context of what came before, right?
Uh-huh.
Transformers help the AI do the same thing, so what it creates actually makes sense.
So it's not just like randomly generating words or images, it's actually understanding the relationships between them.
Exactly.
That's pretty impressive.
And that's just the beginning. The applications of generative AI are exploding right now. And it's touching so many different fields.
Wow.
We're talking text generation with tools like ChatGPT, which can help you write anything from emails to poems.
Okay.
And there's image generation with DALL-E and its counterparts like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion.
Right.
They're revolutionizing how we think about art and design.
I've even heard about AI composing music now. Is that right?
Absolutely. Platforms like Suno are empowering musicians with whole new toolkits for composing and creating.
That's crazy.
And even the world of software development is changing rapidly thanks to AI.
Wow.
Tools like GitHub Copilot can actually generate code, which is pretty wild to think about.
It really seems like every creative field is being impacted in some way.
And that's just scratching the surface.
Wow.
The applications are expanding every day as the technology evolves.
That's so cool.
What's exciting is that it's not just about replacing human creativity, but rather how we can use it to enhance and augment what we're already doing.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah.
But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, is it? I have to imagine there are some potential downsides to all this AI magic.
You're right. It's important to acknowledge that any powerful technology comes with potential downsides.
Yeah.
One area that's raising a lot of questions is copyright and attribution.
Oh, yeah.
Who actually owns the rights to AI-generated content?
Right.
The legal landscape is still catching up, and it's a complex issue that we'll need to grapple with as this technology becomes more widespread.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms to think about.
It is.
And what about the impact on the job market?
Yeah.
Are robots really coming for our jobs, as they say?
It's a valid concern.
Right.
While some jobs may be impacted, especially those involving repetitive tasks, it's not a simple equation of AI taking over everything.
Right.
The key is to adapt and evolve alongside the technology.
So it's more about job evolution than job elimination.
Exactly. Think about it. AI tools can automate tasks, freeing up humans to focus on higher-level thinking, creativity, and problem-solving,
Right.
areas where we still have the edge.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It's all about finding that synergy between human expertise and AI capabilities.
precisely. The future will belong to those who can harness the power of AI while also understanding its limitations.
This is giving me a lot to think about.
Yeah.
So we've got these amazing trends and potential,
Uh-huh.
but also some serious challenges to navigate.
Right.
What's the big picture here? Where does it all lead?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
One thing that's really exciting is the potential for artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Okay.
This is the concept of an AI that possesses human-level intelligence across a wide range of domains.
So not just specific tasks like writing or creating images,
Right.
but actually thinking and reasoning like a human being.
Yes.
That sounds almost like science fiction.
It does, but it's a concept that's gaining traction as generative AI continues to advance.
I see.
While we're still a long way from achieving AGI, the progress we're seeing is truly remarkable.
This is all pretty mind-blowing stuff.
It is.
But before we get too carried away with visions of the future, let's bring it back down to earth for a moment.
Okay.
What are some of the more immediate implications of generative AI
Yeah.
for our listeners? How is this technology going to affect their lives, in the coming years?
That's a great question, and one I think we'll be exploring in more depth in just a moment.
Perfect. Sounds like it's time for a quick pause to let everyone digest all this info before we dive deeper. We'll be back in a flash.
Welcome back, everyone. Before the break, we were talking about how generative AI might reshape the job market, and I know that can be a big concern for a lot of people.
It definitely is. I mean, no one wants to feel like their job is about to be replaced by a robot, but you
Yeah.
were saying it's not that straightforward, right?
Right. It's not like AI is going to suddenly swoop in and take over everything.
Right.
It's more about how we adapt and learn to work alongside these new tools.
Okay.
Remember, AI excels at specific tasks,
Uh-huh.
especially those that are repetitive or data heavy.
Okay.
Think about things like data entry, scheduling appointments,
Yeah.
or even basic customer service interactions.
Okay.
Those are all tasks that AI can potentially handle very effectively.
So if AI is taking on those tasks, does that mean those jobs are just gone?
Not necessarily. It's more likely that those jobs will evolve.
Okay.
For example, instead of spending all their time on data entry,
Right.
someone in an administrative role might be able to focus on more strategic tasks,
Okay.
like project management or client communication.
Guy.
AI could handle the routine stuff,
Okay.
freeing up humans to do what we do best: think creatively, solve problems, and build relationships.
That makes sense. It's about finding ways to leverage AI as a tool to enhance our capabilities,
Yes.
not replace us entirely.
Exactly. And we're already seeing this happen in various fields.
Oh, really?
Take medicine, for instance.
Okay.
AI is being used to analyze medical images, helping doctors detect diseases earlier and more accurately. It's also being used to personalize treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic makeup and medical history.
So it's not about AI replacing doctors, but about making them even better at what they do.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about collaboration, not competition.
I like it.
And the same principles apply to many other industries.
Right.
In education, AI could be used to create personalized learning plans for students, adapting to their individual needs and learning styles.
Okay.
In finance, it could be used to analyze market trends and make smarter investment decisions.
Okay.
The possibilities are really endless.
It sounds like we're on the cusp of a major shift in how we work and live.
Yeah.
But like we were talking about earlier, this kind of change doesn't come without its challenges, right?
Absolutely. One of the biggest challenges we face is ensuring that AI is developed and used responsibly.
Yeah.
We need to be mindful of potential biases that could be baked into these systems.
Right.
And we need to make sure that AI is used in a way that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
That's a really important point.
It is.
Can you give an example of how bias could creep into an AI system?
Sure.
Okay.
Imagine an AI system that's designed to help companies recruit new employees.
Okay.
If that system is trained on data that primarily reflects historical hiring patterns, it might end up perpetuating existing inequalities.
Oh, I see.
For instance, if a company has a history of hiring more men than women for leadership positions,
Right.
the AI system might unintentionally learn to favor male candidates over female candidates.
Okay.
It's a complex issue, but it's one that we need to address head on if we want to create a future where AI benefits everyone.
So it's not just about building cool technology, it's
Yeah.
about building it ethically and ensuring that it's used for good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that requires ongoing dialogue and collaboration between technologists, policymakers, and the public.
Okay.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI.
Well said.
Yeah.
Earlier, we touched on the idea of artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Could you unpack that a bit more for us? What's the difference between the generative AI we're seeing today and this hypothetical AGI?
That's a great question. The generative AI we're seeing today,
Yeah.
while impressive, is still task-specific.
Okay.
DLE can create incredible images.
Uh-huh.
ChatGPT can write compelling text,
Right.
but neither of them can truly understand the world the way a human can.
Oh, okay.
They're tools that excel at specific tasks, but they don't possess general intelligence.
So they're like specialized experts in their fields,
Yeah.
but not generalists like humans.
Exactly. AGI, on the other hand, is the idea of an AI that has human-level intelligence.
Okay.
Across a wide range of domains.
Okay.
It would be able to learn, reason, problem solve,
Yeah.
and even be creative in ways that are currently beyond the capabilities of even the most advanced AI systems.
This is like the difference between a calculator that can perform complex calculations
Yeah.
and a human mathematician who can understand the underlying concepts and develop new theorems.
That's a great analogy. AGI would be capable of not only performing tasks, but also understanding the why behind those tasks.
Wow.
It would be able to learn from experience, adapt to new situations, and even come up with novel ideas and solutions.
Wow. That's truly mind-blowing.
It is.
But is AGI even achievable?
Right.
Is it something we should be worried about?
Those are questions that have been debated for decades, and there's no easy answer.
Okay.
Some experts believe that AGI is inevitable.
Okay.
It's a matter of time.
Uh-huh.
Others argue that it's fundamentally impossible to create a machine that truly replicates human consciousness and intelligence.
So it's a bit of a mystery.
It is.
And we're still in the early stages of exploring these possibilities.
We are.
Where does that leave us in terms of what our listeners should be thinking about? How will this technology impact their lives in the coming years?
That's something I'm really excited to dive into. Generative AI has the potential to change our lives in profound ways,
Yeah.
both big and small.
Sounds like we're ready to explore those changes right now.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about the big picture of generative AI.
Yeah.
From like its inner workings to the potential impact on jobs.
Right.
And even the possibility of, artificial general intelligence
Right.
down the road.
Uh,
But let's zoom in a bit now.
Okay.
How will this technology affect like our everyday lives,
Yeah.
in the near future?
That's what I find most fascinating. We're talking about changes you'll actually experience, not just theoretical stuff.
Yeah.
One area where you'll see a big difference is in personalization.
Okay.
Imagine your streaming service.
Right.
But it really gets your taste, suggesting movies you wouldn't have thought of,
Okay.
but end up loving.
Right.
Or online shopping that knows your style so well,
Right.
it feels like having a personal stylist.
Wow.
That's generative AI at work tailoring experiences just for you.
So AI becoming less like a generic tool and more like
Yes.
a helpful assistant who knows me really well.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
And this goes beyond just entertainment or shopping.
Okay.
Think about education.
Yeah.
What if each student had AI-powered tutoring
Uh-huh.
that adapted to their learning speed and style? No more one-size-fits-all lessons?
That'd be amazing.
Or healthcare, where AI helps manage your health records, reminds you to take meds,
Wow.
and even suggests healthy habits based on your data.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's almost like having a personalized team of experts in every area of life.
That's the potential. But it's important to remember that while these advancements can make our lives easier,
Right.
there are also things we need to be aware of. As AI becomes more integrated into our daily routines,
Yeah.
questions of data privacy and security become even more crucial.
Right.
We need to be thoughtful about what data we share and how it's being used.
You're right. That's definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
It's like a trade-off convenience for maybe a bit less control over our information.
Precisely. And that's why it's so important to stay informed and engaged as this technology continues to evolve.
Right.
The future of AI isn't predetermined. It's something we're all actively shaping.
So it's not just about passively observing these changes.
Right.
It's about actively participating in the conversation
Yes.
and making our voices heard.
Exactly. The more we understand about generative AI, its potential and its limitations,
Right.
the better equipped we'll be to guide its development in a direction that benefits everyone.
I think that's a great takeaway for our listeners today.
Yeah.
It's not just about fearing the unknown or getting swept up in the hype.
Yeah.
It's about informed engagement.
Totally.
Generative AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. It's up to us to decide how we want to shape its future.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Huh. Well, that about wraps up our deep dive into the world of generative AI.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from the basic concepts to the potential impact on society, and even a glimpse into what the future might hold.
Right.
I hope you found it as fascinating and thought-provoking as we did.
Me too.
It's a topic that's constantly evolving, so we encourage you to keep learning and exploring.
Definitely.
Thanks for joining us on AI Tech Talk channel.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of cutting-edge technology. Until then, keep those minds curious.